Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Your full moon is coming up on March 7th. How will these energies impact you? We're going to dive in and find out, so keep watching. So every sign gets one new moon and one full moon a year. So yes, both your new moon and your full moon are important time frames. So you want to definitely know how to work with the energies. And of course, the full moon is connected with the previous new moon, which for you happened on August 27th, 2022. And that new moon in your sign was squaring Mars and Gemini at 4 degrees in your 10th house of career. So it's important to look back at the previous new moon and see what you may have initiated at that time, because full moons, as we know, bring illumination, bring results. So at your previous new moon, Virgo, you could have been very focused on solving some sort of career issue, initiating something new with Mars in that 10th house. And Mars has been activating your 10th house for quite a while now, because Mars was even retrograde in Gemini from the end of October until January 12th. He is not going to leave. Gemini is still for a few more weeks, so you're still dealing with this energy, but he definitely was making you review career commitments and also perhaps review your commitments in terms of important relationships, because the 10th house also rules those, especially when we're talking about status relationships like marriages, divorces, moving in, like that type of thing. I like to call the 10th house your status update on social media, so to speak. So now, with your full moon happening at 16 degrees in your sign, people born from roughly the 6th of September to the 11th of September, 12th of September, may feel this full moon most intensely, but y'all will feel it because it's your personal full moon. So the full moon is happening at 7:40 a.m. Eastern time on March 7th at, as I said, 16 degrees Virgo. What's really interesting is not even about an hour later, Saturn goes into Pisces. This is big news. I'm sure you've heard about it before. I will do a separate video on it. But Saturn is going to be activating your 7th house of personal commitments. Business in a business sense and also in a relationship sense. So this is going to be coming into the frame for you. And if you were trying to get something off the ground, as I said before, at your previous new moon, especially in regards to making some decision about a significant relationship, you may be seeing the certain direction that may go in now, because Mars was retrograde. There were lots of delays and holdups. So this full moon may bring illumination. Saturn going into your 7th house is really going to show you, Virgo, who you can count on, who you cannot count on, who is going to be there for you, and the types of relationships you do want to have in your life and commit to. Get my Lucky Stars book. I'll leave a link in the description. I go into this Saturn and Pisces energy quite a bit. You might want to check that out. But what's interesting at your full moon is that Mars is still in Gemini. As I said before, he's at 21 degrees. He's in a wide square. I mean, it's a 5-degree difference. If we could count it, it's countable. A wide square to this full moon. Again, still in that 10th house of career for you. So it's like the writing is on the wall in some respect in terms of, I really feel for a lot of Virgos about their career. Now, that doesn't mean something bad. It just means like, okay, is this going to move forward or is it not? Okay, especially because we're talking about Mars, which is about what do we want to put our energy behind. So, and he's been hanging out at the apex of your chart, the 10th house. This is a public house. It can be a house of fame and recognition, career house, also status, as I said before. So it's like you're going to have this illumination, and we'll dive in with tarot to see what we got going on, but this illumination about what is valuable and what's going to still stick around, because Saturn is also influencing this full moon energy for you. So Virgo, let's see what the tarot has to say about this full moon energy for you. So what gets illuminated at this full moon is going to have a 6-month window of development from now until your next new moon, which happens on September 15th. So let's see what the tarot has to say about the direction this energy is moving in for you, the Virgos. Let us see. Virgos. All right, what do we got? Okay, so we have a Six of Pentacles. And we have a Seven of Swords. Okay. The World. The Judgment. Wow, look at this. And the Ace of Wands. Oh my goodness, Virgo. Okay. All right, wow. Very interesting energy showing up here for you. But this is good. This is very, very good. So let's break it down. Virgos. All right. So we're coming into this full moon energy definitely with questions about fairness and balance, equity. Are you getting out what you're putting in? The Six of Pentacles, are things going, especially maybe financially, the way that you want them to? Interesting, we have the number 6 here, which of course is a number associated with Gemini. You think of June, the 6th month, right, of the year. This is also a Libra energy as well. In most tarot decks, you see the guy has the scales, right? We have the scales here, so an image that is associated with Libra, which is your second house of money. So we have the Gemini, which we were discussing at length in the Astro intro to this video, where Mars has been hanging out, activating that 10th house. Now we have your second house of money being activated here, and self-esteem and self-worth. So again, are you getting out what you're putting in? This is the question. And I feel like with this Seven of Swords, which is approximately like right before the new moon that you had on August 27th. So maybe since end of July, 7 months ago, you've been in this situation where maybe you were pulling the wool over your own eyes about being realistic. Maybe you were hanging in there. You were hoping something would change. I'm feeling you were maybe kidding yourself a little bit about this situation with the Seven of Swords. Now, yes, you could be dealing with a treacherous situation in terms of your finances, in terms of someone trying to pull a fast one on you in business, especially because your 10th house has been activated. So, there could have been some sort of loss of finances, perhaps. Not your fault, but because you were tricked or fooled, or you believed in somebody's promise. That's another possibility here. The Six of Pentacles is also a benefactor energy. So it can be somebody with, I call deep pockets, somebody who could help you financially, could make a promise to give you some sort of funding or a raise or whatever, but they were really not intending to do that. It was like the carrot at the end of the stick, and they were hoping, to keep you hanging on in some way to get what they could get from you. So, get your investment of time and energy from you. So this is why we have the World card here. So I like this. This is excellent. We have an ending and a beginning. We have a decision, and we have a fresh new start. And interesting here with this Judgment, the number 20, we have a new moon in Aries happening on the 20th of March, and we have the Aries energy showing up here with this Ace of Wands. So this is all going to work out for you this month. All right, but you're going to get the insight in terms of this must be wrapped up for you. Like, you're going to make an important decision with this World and this Judgment together. You're going to make a very important, I don't even want to look at that. You're going to make an important decision to change your world in some sort of significant way and bust free and bust loose with this Ace of Wands. You're going to decide to initiate something that is going to be better ultimately for your own personal world. And I feel like with these energies, there is a revitalization, there is a renaissance, there may be a creative renaissance, there may be that you're deciding to move in a new direction with your career, to step out onto the world stage in some way, to break free, bust loose from anything that was keeping you stuck and held back. I feel like, again, like you guys were hanging on with a promise of something. And you're just going to be like, I can't wait around. I got things to do. I have important changes and significant new beginnings I want to create in my world, especially I feel career-wise for y'all with that 10th house being activated. But even so, you may want to make important decisions and take important steps forward and initiatives in terms of your finances as well. You know, you can't wait around any longer. That's what these two energies are saying to me. So the writing on the wall is you're going to see, again, with that Saturn going into your 7th house, who is on your side, who is really there for you in your world, supporting you, and who needs to say, bye, bye, bye. Talk to the hand. No more. I'm not dealing with you. So we have the Judgment card here. In this deck, we have a Phoenix. Okay. So you may have gotten a little burned by this shenanigan. Okay. But that's okay. Put it in the rear view. Put it in the rear view because you got something brand new coming in for you with this Ace of Wands. So aces for me are about the self. So it is about you taking steps forward, you know, making a personal commitment that you are going to revitalize your world with the Judgment. So I feel like with this Aries energy that's coming up with this new moon, because it's right here, that is your 8th house of transformation. So you are taking charge of transforming this situation in your life. The finances, the career shenanigan, you know, you're just gonna take charge of it. So this is very, very positive energy here, Virgo. Also, the other possibility with these particular energies is that a beautiful offer could be coming in for you that will encourage you to make a decision. Sorry, I have my other computer on. To make a decision to step out of a comfort zone because it will bring you greater success. So this is another way to look at this. Especially if you feel with the 7 of Swords that we had here next to the World card that for whatever reason, you were not getting the recognition, you were not getting the promised finances, or whatever was promised to you, you weren't getting. You know, you may have been hanging around because you didn't want to face the change. And this is, we all do this. So this is, you know, a lot of us don't want to get out of a comfort zone. But you're ready to move out of a comfort zone. Some of you are absolutely ready to wrap up a chapter and move forward and make this decision and rise like the Phoenix and transform your whole life with some fresh new initiative. And for some of you, this may have something to do with changing where you are in the world. So maybe, you know, if you don't like where you're living, maybe you're going to go to a different country. Maybe you're going to go across country, depending on where you're living in the world. But there could be some big decision looming in terms of radically transforming your life in that way. We got major arcanas here. So you're ready for this. This is the thing with this Ace of Wands here. You are absolutely ready for this. And with that new moon happening in your house of personal transformation, I would say if you're really wanting to move that initiative forward in your life, that you take those steps and set those intentions to do so around the 20th, 21st of March. We'll also have another new moon. It's a solar eclipse happening April 20th, also in Aries. So this 8th house for you is going to be really in the frame, Virgo, over the next couple months. And also the North Node in the middle of July will be moving into that 8th house as well for you. So this is no time for you to just, you know, stay in a comfort zone. If you want to make important changes in your world for greater recognition, greater success, more finances, just more joie de vivre, right? Like this Ace of Wands is just like feeling passionate enthusiasm for life again. Then you've got to get out of a comfort zone. You got to work that energy of personal transformation. Okay, because staying behind here and hoping things would just rebalance is going to keep you in a 7 of Swords, where you're not going to get the just desserts that you really do deserve. So, but it's incumbent upon you, Virgo, with this Ace of Wands, to take those steps forward and take that initiative. So, and like I said, your 8th house is going to be very, very strongly activated this year. So get ready. Virgo, let me know in the comments what you plan on transforming in your world and how you're going to use these energies at this full moon. All right. I love you guys. Take care. I will see you again soon. Stella Wilde signing out.